Are you recording still?
Yep.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's Carly Bow from 100% Buck Fever.
It's gonna be a great weekend in camp here.
You know something? Why you asking all them questions?
About lost our hats, we had to stop and readjust.
You could talk to me instead. Was looking at me down here instead of.
Hey, yeah, I was
So I'll just sit back here this time.
It's more than just a hunt, it's way of life. Go out and create the best memories. Thank you for listening to the podcast.
Hey, welcome to 100% Buck Fever podcast. This is episode number 1. This is our very first episode on the podcast. My name is Ricky Martin, and we are very excited about launching a podcast. We will be posting these podcasts on Spotify and YouTube. You can also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We're constantly posting content over there all the time. Some really cool things we're doing. We are working on some amazing products right now. They will be launched closer to the end of the year, if not the beginning of next year. So stay tuned on that of what we're working on. We're definitely working on some things that are really big. We got some really cool things that we're going to be doing. This is our very first podcast, so hope you really enjoy it. Thank you for all your support of following us and everything y'all been doing. We won't be able to do this without y'all, so thank you so much for your support. But yeah, hope you enjoy this podcast. Podcast is actually recorded in Wyoming. We're out here at Milliron TJ Outfittings with Tim. He had such an amazing story that I really wanted to share with everybody, and how he came along into this outfitting. Just a great storyline that I really wanted to share with everybody. We went out there for a turkey hunt, and we all had an amazing time at camp. Great hospitality, had some amazing food. Probably gained 5 pounds by all the amazing food I ate out there. We all filled our bird tags on the first day. There's just tons of birds out there in Wyoming, and just had an amazing time. Shot a bunch of prairie dogs. There's tons of prairie dogs out there. So just a lot of fun. Definitely cannot wait to go back out there and hang out with Tim and all the guys in camp. Hit that follow button at the top. Make sure you subscribe, so every time we post one, you get that first notification. 100% Buck Fever podcast is presented by Any Wind Field Spray Scent Eliminator. This is some amazing scent eliminator spray I've ever used. I've used a lot of different types of scent eliminators, but this is like one of the best ones I've ever used. I will not leave the house without this spray. Super awesome products. You can check them out at anywindfieldsprayscent.com. Contact Jake. Super awesome guy. Him and his wife has been working on this. They family-owned business, and they got some amazing products. He's got some great ideas. Super cool guy. Head over there, check out Any Wind Field Spray Scent. I definitely will not leave the house anymore in the woods without this scent. We also have Primal Pursuit, archery targets, family owned and operated. They provide the best targets for everyone. This is the coolest target I've ever used. This is actually a self-healing foam, and it has the highest quality foam material. And this is like the coolest target I've ever shot. I've shot up so many targets. But yeah, this is like the best target. It's the perfect size target for traveling. I will not leave the house without this target because it's the perfect size. And every time I go traveling for hunting or anything, especially if I have my bow, I will always like to take a target with me because you never know what's going to happen. You might drop your bow or something, and you just need a target to sight your bow back in while you're out there hunting. And even if I'm going 30, 40 minutes away from the house, I always carry a target with me. And this is the perfect size target to carry along by your side the whole time. Just throw it in your car, throw it anywhere. And this is a very strong, durable target. Even a kid can pull out the arrow out of this target. Super light. Head over to theprimalpursuit.com. Use promo code 100BF for a discount on their website with all their products. And just awesome target. Go check them out. We also have Trophy Rock, all natural mineral, best mineral year round for your deer. Redmond Hunt is mined out Utah, and I have used trophy rock for a very long time. They got stuff for cattle. They got stuff for livestock. They've got stuff for your household, from seasonings to hydration. They have everything that you can think of on their website. Super cool people. If you call Redmond Hunt, definitely call up and talk to Logan. Logan is an awesome salesman over there in Redmond Hunt. Talked to him at an expo show. Super cool guy. Had a great time hanging out with him. But head over to redmondhunt.com. Use promo code 100BF20 for a discount on all their products on their website. We also have Milliron TJ Outfittings in Wyoming. Hands down, probably one of the best outfittings that I've ever been to. Tim definitely takes 100% out of his time to definitely spend every moment with you to make sure all your hunt are a success and make sure you have a great time in camp. This is definitely the perfect place that you've been looking for to hunt in Wyoming. Definitely check them out at MillironTJOutfittings.com in Wyoming. And then we also have Martin's Gun Repair. If you have that old gun that your grandpa gave you that's just sitting in a closet that's collecting dust and rust, and you're afraid to shoot it anymore just because it's just whittled down, you can send it over to Martin's Gun Repair, and he definitely can restore that thing to 100%. There's nothing that he will say no on. He definitely will take in any guns, and he can restore, rebuild. He can make parts, anything that you need done to a gun. This is a guy to talk to. You can get his contact information off of Google. Just type in Martin's Gun Repair and get a hold of David, and he definitely will take care of you with any gun that you have. Just amazing work and amazing quality of everything that he does. We also have Boning Archery, the best veins since 1946, over 75 years of nothing but success. These veins I've been using ever since I was a kid. I've been using Blazer veins. They just came out with the new veins, the Alpha and the Atlas. Probably the coolest veins I've ever seen. I haven't made up my mind which one I like the most. In between the Alpha and the Atlas, I use them both. Super cool products. They extended their boning line, including nocks, fletching jigs, and many other archery accessories. Really cool. Head over to boningarchery.com for all their cool accessories that they have to offer everybody. Hope you enjoy this podcast, and thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for a lot more podcasts coming your way.
Hey, what's up? Thank you for tuning into the channel. We are out here in Wyoming with Tim Love with Milliron TJ Outfitters, and this weekend has been absolutely a blast. We came out for a turkey hunt this spring, and Tim has definitely been putting some hard work and some long hours locating all these birds here in Wyoming, and definitely got some beautiful birds out here.
Oh yeah, them Milliron birds, let me tell you, they're gorgeous birds. I haven't seen anything like them yet.
Yeah, and there's tons of birds out here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've been in front of Toms every single day.
Yeah.
Morning, afternoon.
Yeah, just strutting,
Yeah.
just beautiful birds, just bright white tips and stuff, and it has been just an absolute blast. And this is my first Wyoming bird, and I just can't believe or be more excited about this hunt. And it's been a lot of fun, a lot of great people in camp, lots of great food. I think I gained probably 10 pounds just being here because of all the good food. But yeah, it's been absolutely great. Definitely can't wait to come back next year and do it all over again.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Maybe we'll talk about doing some slam stuff together next year
yeah.
too, man. That's an awesome idea.
Right? Yeah, we kind of talking about doing maybe a grand slam next year, so really getting excited about that. But yeah, we got birds all weekend and got everybody's tag field this weekend, and we actually just got back this afternoon, and he just got a bird this afternoon, so that was a lot of fun. And man, they definitely put on a show this afternoon.
Yeah, it was awesome this afternoon. We had them gobblers strutting, gobbling. I mean, you just couldn't get them to shut up almost.
Oh yeah. It was great. But yeah, I mean, I met Tim at the Lincoln show in Nebraska at the Nebraska Deer
And hunting expo, yeah.
The hunting expo. So it was pretty cool too, because they had a booth right beside mine, and we was just at each other's booths the whole weekend, and we just kept talking back and forth. And so we exchanged numbers and became good friends and stuff, and constantly talking back and forth. And he kept sending me a bunch of pictures and videos of all the birds out, and man, it's really good, and it's really great opportunity to meet somebody like this and have him for a good friend and stuff. And your girlfriend was there too, so Erin, she was really cool, and
big support right there. Yeah.
I
don't think I say it enough, but she sure is a big support in my life, and everything that we do, she's been really grateful.
That's awesome.
Definitely a blessing there.
Yep, and that's a big thing right there too. And she works with y'all doing the outfitting business.
Outfitting, we run a little bit of construction, so she gets to run some books on both sides, gets to see it all, and she's starting to turn into a pretty good cook.
My belly can show for that on the scale. So But yeah, I mean, she definitely took care of all of us in camp this weekend, and great food, great hospitality, and just, I mean, great atmosphere. I've been here this whole weekend, and it just felt like I was just at home. Like I wasn't even on, like been a great vacation, but it literally felt like I was back on the ranch. So I mean, it's just, I worked on the ranch for 5.5 years, and like I told Tim, it's like, man, it's like I feel like I've known you for years, and I just came out for the weekend just to hang out and just be around the ranch and be around everybody, and that's always a great feeling, especially going on an outfitting business or going to an outfitting. And having that great feeling and stuff in camp. So
good food, and we have great lodging.
Yeah,
I think it's one of the best that I've ever seen, honestly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then the hospitality, I that is one thing that is tough to do. It's to have good guys in camp all the time, man. It's like
telling great stories. And
shooting the shit. That's what it is.
Yeah, and getting to meet new people is like a good thing, and it's always really fun to meet new people and actually learn some of their ways of how they hunt and how they came about hunting, of growing up and things like that. So that's really cool. But,
the guys like this week we had in camp, we had guys from Michigan and Indiana.
Yeah.
Next week it could be a guy from Utah and Pennsylvania, clean across the state. We got guys from all over.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was really great. I got here in camp, got here about noon. Showed up in camp, got to meet everybody, and got the car unloaded. And so Tim, he was like, "Hey, let's go out and do a little
scouting." And we ran out and ran up north actually to a property you got probably an hour north of the place, and it wasn't showing any sign, not a whole lot of birds moving. It was a little warmer this weekend, honestly. And you can see we got red.
Yeah, my face is all red.
But we ran up north, checked out that place. Birds just weren't in the right spot at the right time, so we were like, well, let's go ahead and run to these two places to the south. Once again, the property to the south of us, it was just all right. It wasn't a great scenario for us.
Yeah.
And then we ran down, and we didn't sit but 5 minutes, did we?
Oh yeah.
We were in the middle of a conversation. I look out the window and go, "Hey, there's a turkey." Once he crossed into our place, I was like, "It's go time," and we ran down there.
Yeah, it happened fast.
I got the truck stopped, and I was like, "Let's go!" And you were like shocked. You're like, "Right now?"
Yeah, I was reaching in the truck, grabbing the camera and the shotgun, and trying to close the door without slamming it. And he knew exactly like where these birds cross. I mean, he literally said exactly within feet of where these birds was going to cross at, and that was just amazing to me, because that just shows me that an outfitter like Tim has put in that much work and that much effort to actually pinpoint exactly where this bird was going to happen or where he's going to cross at. And sure enough, he came up over the hill and walked right in front of us at 17 yards and just got some great video of him. And
that was awesome.
Yeah.
He came in and we just sat there. I was in blue jeans, I'm pretty sure. We were just sitting there, and he came across, didn't even know we were there.
Yeah, that was an awesome hunt and a fast hunt. And that was literally first afternoon. As soon as I got here at noon, and then we went out, and it was about 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, 6 o'clock when we killed that bird. Yeah,
it happened fast. I didn't think it happened on the first afternoon, so it was funny. After we shot the bird, and the bird's laying there, and we was talking about it, and it's like, now what, Tim? Like,
Now what are we gonna do?
Yeah, it's like,
and
what
I
are
was
we gonna
like,
do now?
well, we got quite a few things that we can go do. We can go kill another gobbler, or we can go chase coyotes and coons and whatever
Prairie
else. And
dogs.
prairie dogs. Yeah, we got a good clip
Yeah.
of us going out and shooting some prairie dogs and testing out some
Oh, yeah.
different rifles. The rifle you brought.
Yep.
That was a pretty sweet gun right there. And then I took the 6.5 Creedmoor that we have fully suppressed and
Yeah,
let you shoot that.
That's a crazy gun. That was a lot of fun shooting that, and man, that's a huge suppressor on that gun. That thing was wicked.
Yep, and I enjoy them. A lot of guys don't want to pack them around.
Yeah.
They're a little heavy.
Yeah,
but
those got some weight to it.
Yep, and they're a sweet gun at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Shooting that Hornady ammo, man,
yeah.
it shoots great.
Yep. But yeah, we did quite a bit of stuff this weekend, and it was a lot of fun, and got the bird shot on the first afternoon, and shot some prairie dogs and called in some coyotes, and then we went out this afternoon on the last afternoon of the weekend and got Tim a bird. So that was really cool.
Had them birds working. Oh man.
Yeah, they was working really good.
Yep.
Got some good videos and pictures of them strutting and working them with the turkey call, and they was really trying to locate us, and we just kind of going in a circle with them basically, and they came around the tree line there, and I mean, it worked out perfect.
Oh yeah, you couldn't picture it any better.
Oh
than
yeah,
that.
yeah, beautiful birds, and had nice fan on them, and they came in strutting, and they was definitely hollering quite a bit out there.
Yeah. I'm just surprised at our spurs out here. We hardly get any.
Yeah, and
Heck, out of the 4 birds we killed this weekend, minus mine, we 2 of them had spurs. The rest of them were slick, like they didn't even have nubs for spurs. So that is something that is just unique about the Merriam, is they either got them or they don't. And typically we just go by the beard size around here in the pen.
Yeah,
but they're gorgeous birds. The coloration in them, man, they are awesome birds.
Yeah, it's like you can't have both. You can't have spurs and beard, so you got to have one or the other.
Right, yep, for sure.
Oh man, beautiful colors. I mean, bright red heads, and man, we've been seeing birds all weekend. Every time we go out, it's just birds everywhere.
Yep. Right now, all those hens are starting to scatter out, and those toms are really looking, and it's a lot of fun when they're looking, because when they get hot, it's time to go.
Yeah, they was definitely chasing this whole weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, congrats on your bird, man.
Yeah, thank you, and congrats on your bird.
Well, thanks. Yeah.
So on this video and podcast video, it's a really cool opportunity to be able to have Tim explain all of his history and background about outfitting, and how he became part of the outfitting company or business with his dad, and how they first established, and just all his history and stuff, and to be able to get to know more about Tim and how he got brought up into this basically in this world. And I mean, it's really cool. I really enjoyed listening to Tim's story and his background about how he came in on this, and how his dad first started in with the outfitting business, how they came up with a name for the company and things like that. So, and listen to all of their history and their background and their stories was just a really cool story to me, and I just had to share this with y'all. And it's just a really cool story to be able to share with everybody. And it's like, to be able to know Tim and know his background and things like that. I mean, Tim is just a super cool, awesome guy, and just down to earth. And I mean, he's definitely going to treat you really good, like basically like better than family. So I mean, it's just been a privilege being out here, learning your story, how you came along about this, and learning everything about outfitting and doing it with your dad. So I mean, it's a huge storyline, and it's just, I just had to share this with y'all and thought it was really cool. So I have a whole bunch of notes down and a bunch of questions, and so it's really cool, and I really excited to share this with y'all. So, and I mean, Tim, it's like how did y'all first start out, like with outfitting, and how did your dad came along about the outfitting business?
Well, Dad started out. He started out in the woods when he was 13.
Nice.
Really, he started out just hunting by himself, or hunting with Greg and Herschel, who were in camp this week.
Super cool guys.
Yeah, really cool guys. They're a lot of fun. They're a hoot to be around in camp, man. They're just awesome guys. They've been out with us, and we've known them my entire life.
Yeah,
so
great personalities.
Really good guys. Really started with him being in the woods. He just found a love for being in the woods, and he ended up going to UW on a scholarship ride with them as far as rodeoing.
Nice.
He started in there doing bareback, and he went to school for a wildlife biologist.
Nice.
So he was going and studying, and he started working with the game and fish as a biologist with the game and fish.
Yeah.
And he started doing little offshoots as far as going and guiding with other outfitters and just kind of starting in. That's really how he got started in there. And he was just real privileged in that sense, because they started the outdoors with the pros, and they invited him to be the biologist on that TV show. So that's where he really started to take off. He met Manny Fernandez on that show,
Nice.
who was the NFL star on the Miami Dolphins undefeated
that's
team.
awesome.
So he was a big inspiration for Dad. Really, I mean he's the one that actually pushed Dad to go ahead and start his own outfitting business. He kind of took over as far as the guiding position, being the biologist on that show. So that guy, hats off to him. I am so glad that he pushed Dad to go ahead and start an outfitting business.
That's awesome.
And then from there, Dad went ahead and kind of racked his brain and started talking with Mom, really, and they found the Milliron TJ brand. Yeah. So they went and bought it, and they designed the whole company around Milliron TJ brand.
Oh, that's really cool.
So stands for Taft and Jill, really.
Yeah.
The TJ in there, but
it's a really cool looking brand too.
Oh yeah, having that Milliron brand is just unique.
Yeah.
It is. It started from a company, or two brothers really.
Okay.
They started branding in Texas. I can't remember what the date or the year was, but started branding, and they came up with a Milliron brand.
Nice.
And they were milling it, and they were selling it, and they were custom making brands for other ranches.
Okay.
But they ended up getting shot by cattle rustlers.
Dang.
So the
that
Milliron
was
brand,
quite a ways back then.
the Milliron brand itself has a unique history to it. And then just to have one of the offshoots of the Milliron brand and it to be lined up as a TJ, that just was that
yeah,
was
it just
icing
fit
on
perfect.
it.
Yeah.
So Dad went ahead and got that started with Mom, and then he started his own business. We've guided out in Rawlins, and he's just been everywhere.
Yeah, y'all been to Alaska and Africa, and
he was up in Alaska. He was actually a guide up there,
nice.
Believe it or not. So he spent 8 years up there guiding,
yep.
helping, and then he would go to South Africa. He got to be a part of that with the Outdoors with the Pros.
Yep.
So he's gotten to go travel and see a lot of
some beautiful country.
Oh yeah, unique places and just places that are awesome to be.
Yeah.
I've actually been to Alaska and South Africa, and they're just it's a whole new perspective.
Yeah, it's a whole nother world.
Yeah, yeah, that is for sure. But that's where it really started, was Outdoors with the Pros.
Nice.
Him being the biologist on that show, and Manny telling him that he needed to go ahead and start his own outfitting.
And then listen to your dad telling the story about with the old cameras that they had back then.
Yeah.
Where they had like a battery pack attached to their belt, and it was a cord that ran from the camera down to the battery, and then they had like a whole bag just full of batteries, because those battery packs only lasted for like 30-40 minutes, and but you still had like this huge heavy camera, and it was really cool to be able to meet your dad and like hear a bunch of his stories. And it's just, man, your dad has like a lot of cool stories, and super awesome guy. I mean, it's been a privilege meeting your dad and learning all his stuff and learning some of his stories and listen to everything that he has. And I mean, he's got stories for days, and the things that your dad has got to experience through life and through like all his hunting careers and stuff is just amazing.
Yeah, the people he's met, I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that Chuck Yeager is one of them. Nice. He actually held me as a baby. Like, I was just born, and he was out at Cheyenne Frontier Days week, and they got to hold me, and I don't remember it, but that's just unique. That's a cool guy in general. So
nice. And it's really cool too, because and your dad's been doing this outfitting business for how long now?
31 years.
Oh, 31 years he's been doing this, and I mean, actually have turned it into just an awesome, basically a 5-star outfitting business. And I mean, they've got all types of hunts that y'all doing now. And I mean, from elk to pheasants, turkeys, to waterfowl. I mean, just anything you want to hunt in Wyoming, these guys got it. So,
Yep. Nope, that is for sure. We're looking into the black bear stuff.
Yep.
But it's probably going to take a couple of years for that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna really crank down on all the rest of it, and also just pay attention to black bears.
Yeah, I could definitely be your test source on that.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I would love to shoot a black bear or even any bear with my bow. So.
Yep. Yeah, we take out a number of archery hunters every year and a lot of rifle hunters.
Yeah.
So we got guys from, like I said, all over the country.
Yeah.
Really.
And then you also do mountain lion hunts with dogs too.
Yep. We're
running dogs,
running hounds up in the mountains, and that turns into a long day. I'll tell you that. The people just don't realize how much work that really is until they go on that hunt.
Oh yeah. What's the biggest cat that you've gotten so far?
190-pound cat. Really.
Wow, that's a big cat.
Yeah, that is a big cat.
And then the guy in camp this weekend was the one that got the
second biggest. Yeah, he ended up with a 174-pound cat.
That's crazy. That's a big cat.
Those are big cats. Those were really fun hunts to be a part of, and both guys we've been friends with for a long time now. The guy that got the biggest cat, I actually just helped him kill his biggest elk that he's gone out for.
Nice.
And he's been out with us for 26 years now.
Wow.
So
having
a repeat customer like that is awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that tells a lot about how good the outfitting business is, and having a really good guides and having really good people when you have those repeating customers coming in like that. So that tells you a lot about how good the service is, how good the food is. So, and then also being successful on all the hunts. So, I mean, you're not going to be successful on everything. It's nature. It's how it rolls. And I mean, we're only human, so you can't make everything perfect. But I mean, we really try. And definitely, you really put in some hard work to make it happen.
Yep. The only thing I guarantee is a 100% shot opportunity. Not the kill.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
really cool story about like how your dad became into the outfitting world and being with some really cool legends like that, and experience all of pretty much everything that you could hunt, from Alaska to Africa, Texas, and here in Wyoming and things like that. And then how y'all established a name for y'all's outfitting business, and that's really cool. And the brand alone, I mean, that's a really cool story about how y'all doing that and keeping that tradition going of how your dad became with the outfitting business, and now you're also taking over the outfitting business, and it's really cool that your dad is helping you with that, and everything that you've learned that your dad has taught you, your grandpa has taught you, and stuff like that, and have brought you up into the hunting world and things like that, and everything that they can teach you, and you just had pretty much just took off with it. I mean, you're just basically just born into it and just naturally awesome hunter and really good guide. So it's a really cool story of how y'all established all that. So how did you became into taking over your dad's outfitting business?
Well, it probably really was him being the outfitter, and I always just wanted to be out in the woods. I was never wanting to be in school. I just despised being in school. I wanted to be in the woods. I was always looking out the window at school. I was always, man, let's go do this.
Passionate.
Hey, can I get out of school to go do this?
Exactly.
And I was just like, it was just in the blood to go do it.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of me behind a bull with my dad at 3 months old. Dang. So like, I was born into it, and it's all I've ever wanted to do.
Nice.
Ever since I was, as far as I can remember back, really.
Oh, that's awesome.
All I wanted to do was be an outfitter.
Yeah.
And just help be successful for more people.
And that's
just putting in
huge.
the work that other guys just can't go do.
Yeah.
They don't have the time, they don't got this or whatever.
Yep.
And that's what I am.
Yeah.
I am there to help that. I am giving you that service. And it's more than that. It's creating a friendship, like you said.
Yeah.
Having the friendship between guys, and like you said, this is your first time out with me.
Yep.
And it's like we're best friends right now.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
So it's really cool to meet a lot of different people and get a lot of different perspectives in the world, really. just learning from other people and
Yeah.
listening, and like you said, the stories that I hear coming through camp are
Yeah.
just unique and amazing.
Yeah, and then
So-
also learning too, like learning little things from other hunters. And there's like so much that you can pick up on that, especially the old timers of how they hunted back in the old days. And I mean, there's a lot of like little key things that you can pick up on and learn so much. I mean, you can't learn everything, but I mean, you're always learning.
Yep. You're always going to learn when you're in the woods. It doesn't matter how hard you try.
Yeah.
You won't know everything. That is for sure.
Exactly.
Mother Nature is not designed that way.
Yep.
So,
There's always different ways to go about it, but yeah, you definitely put in the hard work, and I just think that's really cool that your dad started all this, and now you're taking it over, and you're learning all of that side of the stuff that your dad created. So
I am learning so much right now.
yeah,
There's a lot of things I have yet to know just about the outfitting, the business side of it. There's a whole pile of stuff that I'm yet to learn.
Yeah, exactly. And like with some of this generation now, that I mean, their parents and grandparents will work their whole lives to build an empire for their next generation. But it's really sad because like this generation nowadays, their parents will build something really big and they don't want nothing to do with it. And here it is, you at a young age, is just you grabbed a hold of it and you're running with it.
Yeah.
And you're making it into something really big. And it's just really awesome that you're creating that friendship with other clients and things like that. And then also having your dad helping you and guiding you, but you're learning so much as you go.
Yeah.
And you're just creating just an awesome outfitting business right now.
Yep. Nope. We have a lot of ideas that are up and coming. We got a lot of new hunt ideas and new properties that we're getting
Awesome.
under lease, and man, we're moving at a fast pace.
Yeah.
We're taking leaps right now, and
Nice.
it's just exciting. I'm excited for this upcoming season. It's going to be packed full of a lot of good memories, and
Yep.
it's going to be a lot of fun. We're like you were saying with that, families and younger generations just not taking over or
Yeah.
building on to it. I actually just watched a guiding service go completely out of business not less than a month ago.
Wow.
Sold all their horses and their pack stuff in a
Dang.
week, and I was like, man, that's a trait that's actually dying out right now, is the pack-in hunts.
Yeah.
I'm learning more and more about the pack-in hunts, and we're actually going to start in this year
Oh, that's
into a
awesome.
really new, really unique area.
Yeah.
With trophy class deer in there, really good elk herds, and they just didn't have a real hard winter last year, so the deer are really coming back in bigger numbers. I've seen and been driving around and seen a lot more deer this year, and I'm stoked to see the numbers.
And then y'all saw like 150 head of elk in one group just
Yeah.
not too long ago too.
Yeah, 3 nights ago we were out scouting just looking for turkeys and ran into about 150 head of elk.
Wow.
Just moseying through some meadows. So
That's awesome.
it's awesome. I'm glad that the elk actually didn't take too big of a hit. A lot of people think they did, and they just,
Yeah.
in my personal opinion, they did not.
Nice.
They are doing really, really good. This is probably one of the best times to actually go out and kill an elk,
That's good.
in my personal preference.
Yeah.
And deer, yes, they are. They're probably the ones that took the biggest hit, but they are coming back. It's taken them some time,
Yeah.
but they really struggled through those winters about 4 years ago.
Okay.
They had 2 winters back to back that just pounded them into the dirt, really.
Yeah.
And they just couldn't get the vegetation. They were dying on roads. They were, just they couldn't win for lose for 2 years straight. So now to see the numbers starting to come back, just right here even.
Oh yeah.
Man, you saw it.
Yeah, we've been
There's-
seeing deer like all weekend.
Yeah, there's deer all over right now, and I'm excited to see that. The deer are really coming back good.
Yeah.
Antelope they're doing pretty good too.
Yeah.
Honestly, they doing really good on the ranches that we've got. We've got a lot of goats on the ranches we've got,
Nice.
actually.
That's good.
We've got a lot of really good ones too.
You got a really good one right here. So
Yeah, that one I killed off of one of the ranches that we got leased, and man,
yeah.
you're gonna find goats like that out there all day long.
Yeah, that one
That's
there's
a
got
trophy
some
class.
That one there's got some big cutters.
Yeah, you're talking about 6.5-inch cutters on that goat right there.
Nice.
He's got about a 14-inch
Awesome.
main frame on them.
That's a good goat.
Yeah, that is a really good goat.
Yep.
That is taken off of one of our ranches, and then we got another goat that's hanging up right here.
Yeah.
He's about what you're gonna see on both places.
Oh yeah.
He's pretty average, pretty good goat.
Yep.
So, and he was still 14-inch goat too.
Nice.
So we got some really good goats and high quality trophy class antelope going out in those fields. Man, it's just exciting.
That's
I'm excited
awesome.
for these upcoming seasons.
Yeah, and then like with Wyoming, I mean, y'all could really take some heavy hits over some rough winters. But
Yep.
I mean, this was a pretty mild winter that y'all had this year.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that we're going to be in a drought this year, man. We didn't get a whole lot of snow, so I'm worried about the vegetation in that sense too.
True.
But the deer are doing really good.
Yeah.
We got just enough moisture going right now. The good Lord's been blessing us the last couple of weeks for rain, and we've been getting afternoon showers before you showed up, actually. And the guys were like, man, it's going to rain. I'm like, man, it is going to rain. I am ready for it.
Always needed that rain.
Yep. It's been enough to just keep the dust down right now. And it's enough that my crops are actually starting to grow. Vegetation's starting to come up really good.
Yep. And
so
hurry up and fill up those waterfowl ponds too.
Yep. The waterfowl ponds, they really need the water.
Yeah.
They need it bad.
Yeah, and they've been digging quite a few waterfowl ponds out here to build a really good waterfowl habitat for ducks and geese and stuff. And it's a really cool deal that you have an outfitter like that wants to help the habitat. So it's not an outfitter that just thinks about money and just going out and just killing. It's an outfitter that is also thinking about the habitat and thinking about the years after that to help the population, because without outfitters, you're not going to have that. So with y'all doing that, putting in the hard work, building the water ponds, and putting habitat out, I mean, y'all planted, 150 trees
we
ago?
We planted 150 trees last year. They're all on a drip system. About 10 of them got destroyed by a buck that's been living around here. He's a really good whitetail. He's been just tearing up our trees, so we went around and put wire around them, so now he's started leaving them alone. So we could see the velvet he was ripping off on those trees that he was rubbing on. So it was awesome.
Yeah, and
awesome
then
to see that.
Yeah, and like for y'all to actually think of things like that, and I mean, yeah, you're bringing in hunters, and you know that you're bringing in hunters, and you're harvesting animals, but it's like you're also helping out the population by making habitats, planting grass. I mean, there's a lot of grass that y'all been planting and stuff. I mean, y'all been tilling up this weekend to plant more grass and millet and things like that to build a habitat for all birds with pheasants and waterfowl, doves. I mean, and having the turkeys right here behind the hunt lodge. We had turkeys right in behind the lodge, and we just kind of leave those turkeys alone, really. Yeah. We leave them alone just so that they have a better chance and are able to have a good hen hatch. Yeah, you sent me that video of just a huge, beautiful tom just strutting right beside the propane tank right behind the hunting lodge, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like right there. But he was a big, beautiful bird. Yeah, habitat is a big #1 key, and right now with the cattle prices, everybody's been just doing away with all their hunting and their pheasants, and I mean, it's just destroying habitats right now because those cattle eat it right down to the ground, and it turns to dust, and now deer, antelope, they have nothing to eat. They have nothing to eat. They're eating closer to the ground. They are more susceptible to diseases. At that point, they can catch that CWD a lot quicker. And then on top of that, they don't have any habitat that they can go hide and get away from predators. And they need a lot of that nutrition to help them make it through the winter, because without that good nutrition through the summer and through the fall, then they're going to really struggle through the winter. So they really need that really good source of the nutrition through the habitat, and that's what y'all are creating here in Wyoming, is a good habitat, a good food source for all the animals and the game and things like that, so then they have that nutrition in them to be able to carry them through the winter. So that's a huge benefit, and that shows how much that y'all put into the work and aspect of animals like that. And it goes a long ways, because there's a lot of people out there that just can care less. So I mean, for being an outfitter and doing that, I mean, that's a huge step right there. So.
Oh yeah, no, that is a big step, and we've got 7 ponds on the property right now.
Wow.
That is a lot of ponds.
That is a lot of ponds.
That is a lot of ponds. We've got a lot of ducks hanging out here right now. We actually just took a drive 2 or 3 days ago and saw a bunch of blue-winged teal sitting on them.
Nice.
In the full plumage, they are gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Birds in the full plumage.
Yeah, and it was funny too because like when I got my turkey the afternoon when I first got here on the first afternoon, and while we sitting there at the corner of that fence post waiting on that tom to come over the hill, there was an actual mallard right in front of us, right on the edge of the bank there. And it was like a little concrete irrigation ditch there, and there was water flowing through there, and there was a mallard just sitting right there, and that was really cool to be able to have that there and showing how much of the habitat is staying around this area because of what y'all been putting into it.
Oh yeah, no, just having those ducks around, it's, I believe in hope.
Yeah,
there's hope for all the wildlife out there. Just building that habitat, man, it's a key thing to have.
Yeah,
we do run cows and we do graze our pastures, but we make sure that we have a habitat area just for animals that can get away, get protection.
Yep.
And they're not
away from all the predators.
Yep. And they're not going to feel pressured.
Exactly.
So
that's awesome. That's a huge thing.
Yep.
And a very important thing too. So that goes for a long ways.
Oh yeah, and I've been fortunate enough to be a part of all of that. I've been helping dig out those ponds, and we had a D5 dozer in there pushing the mud, and like we went to town on it.
Yeah.
So that's been about a 5-year project.
Wow.
Putting it all together, and now we're starting to see the outcome, and it's glorious.
Yeah, and you called me one day, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just out here playing in the dirt in the duck pond," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I just banking up some dirt and making it a little bit bigger." So I was like, man, that's pretty cool out there making the pond even bigger for more water and more ducks. So and it's a really nice thing. Y'all got some duck blinds out there already and planting some grass around the ponds and making a really nice habitat for the ducks and the geese. Yeah,
right now there's probably half a dozen, if not a dozen, honkers out there right now just nesting.
That's awesome.
So they
feel at home.
Yeah, they feel like they're protected and they've got room to just be relaxed and free, and they can do what they want to do. And
that's good.
Heck, they're right outside the hunting lodge.
Yep. Yeah, and the some of the waterfowl ponds ain't that far away from the hunting lodge. They're just straight east of the hunting lodge out here, and they're really nice ponds. Y'all been putting in some hard work out there.
Yep. It's glorious to see the outcome right now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna I hope to see it just keep continuing to get better and better. So
you don't have to go very far to go waterfowling. You can eat a hot breakfast and then walk across the field and get in the duck blind.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. That is for sure. There's some cold days, but those metal pits we got, man, they stay nice and heated in there.
Yeah, and
you just throw a propane torch in there, and man, it just warms that pit up.
Oh yeah, that makes a great morning. Especially when you can have some heat in there.
Heat and Becky's burritos. Let me tell you, those are just glorious.
Nice. Yeah, and when you start getting those cold hands and cold feet, that just kills the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
But having it heated in there, that makes the clients a lot happier.
Oh yeah, that is for sure. And the guides too.
Yeah, exactly. Makes it a lot easier on the guide.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really cool about how y'all creating the habitats and things like that. So what really fueled your passion of hunting?
Well, obviously just growing up in it.
Yeah.
To start with. And then I guess I started with Grandpa and Dad. I went out when I was 6 and I killed my first one with I think it was a 410 slug shotgun.
Nice.
And it was just a little button buck.
Yeah.
But it was a start.
Yeah, exactly.
And it started fueling that fire up. All right, well, let's go kill something else.
Yeah.
Let's go do this. And I've been really blessed and fortunate in that sense of being able to grow up and go kill things. I killed my first mule deer at 12 years old in Nebraska.
Oh, nice.
With a hunter. We actually filled the hunter out and we were like, heck, we got a little bit of time. And he's like, I got 3 days. Let's go get you your first mule deer.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he was just a little Baskrat too.
Hey, but that's a great experience, though.
2x2, and man, it just kept fueling after that.
Nice.
And we started. I've killed a lot of forked horn bucks, and I've killed big forked horn bucks too.
Nice.
I've shown you a picture of a forked horn buck that everybody thinks is a giant.
Yeah,
And
that
he's
was a
big.
nice buck.
He's a big, mature forked horn, and that's all he's ever gonna be. But he's cool.
Yeah, he was, when Tim showed me the picture of this buck, and it's like, man, that's a really big mule deer. That's a nice buck. And he's like, yeah, nobody wants him. And when he turns sideways, it's like, oh, he's a 2x2.
Yep.
And it's just, I mean, he's just super wide.
He's wide and he's got length to him.
Nice.
And I mean, he's a cool buck.
Yeah. So your grandpa took you out for your first hunt, and then you just were just hooked after that.
Yeah, and then even with my turkey, I killed my turkey with my dad and my other grandpa, Grandpa Jim. He's the one actually that I killed this whitetail with.
Yeah, what a stud.
Yeah, he is a stud. We'll get into that story here in a second.
Yeah.
But I killed my first Merriam with my grandpa and my dad up in the hills.
Nice.
And it just started feeling the fire even more. And I went and killed my first duck, which I can't even say it was my first duck because my first shot I killed 2 ducks.
Oh, jeez.
So I can't even say I killed my first duck. I have to say I killed my first ducks.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I
really
killed
cool.
2 on my first time out. And
One
it's
shot
just-
got 2 for your
yeah,
money.
Yeah, and I was like, well, that works. That started the waterfowl fuel too. I mean, that really fueled Dad's passion in the waterfowl.
Nice.
I mean, we really got into the waterfowl then, and it's just been ever since then. I killed my first cow at 14, cow elk, and then
Nice.
after that, I was 15 the next year, and I went out and killed my first bull, and Dad cut me loose after that season. He said, you gotta go kill your own deer, your own antelope, whatever it is, and you gotta go find your own places. So I went and started door knocking. I mean,
Nice.
just doing my own hunting, and the next season, I killed an elk the first day I went out. I killed a
that's
deer
awesome.
15 yards with a crossbow
Jeez.
next to a barn. First day out. And he's actually a pretty good 5x5 for
Nice.
this unit, the unit I was in.
Okay.
And then I had probably first 2 hours, I kind of scouted the night before, kind of knew where the goats were. Went out the next day, killed one at 180 yards with my 280.
Dang.
And by 8 o'clock, I had my sister in for Friday school. She had some practice on Friday. So,
That's awesome.
yep, had to get her there. And meanwhile, I got an antelope in the bed of the truck.
Nice.
So that really sparked it and
Okay.
pushed. And from there, I started jumping in and watching and just really taking notes on how Dad was hunting and spotting and stalking and
Yeah, really learning all his
really
stuff.
learning it. So, like, I took it step by step, and I started when I was 6.
Nice.
So that's what really fueled it.
Yeah.
And I just dream about the next hunt, the next client that's coming in, what passion I'm gonna fill for him, the goal he's always wanted, the dream he's wanted. I feel so blessed to be a part of it, to help
Awesome.
those guys get animals that they may never ever get to go do, and now they get to fulfill it with me.
Nice.
So it becomes a story for them, but it's a story in my head that I'm not gonna forget.
That's awesome.
So it's just awesome. I've helped
Yeah.
a lot of people get their first animals and their biggest animals too.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, that same year that I killed my first buck out on my own,
Mm-hmm.
I took my buddy out the next weekend and we snuck 250 yards through just tall ryegrass.
Oh, jeez.
And I got him 25 yards and he killed his first mule deer.
Wow.
And the next day we went out and we took his dad, who'd never shot the crossbow. He's never bow hunted in his life. He took one shot at 45 yards and hit this deer, and it's about a 160-inch deer that hangs on his
Nice.
wall. Biggest deer he's killed.
Wow, that's awesome.
So he's tickled pink, and I've been blessed in that sense of having good friends and good
Yeah.
buddies, and I take them out and I help them get their first turkey,
Yeah.
their first goose, their first duck. I mean,
and
a
being
whole list.
Yeah, and being around people that has hunted like that, and then how much you've learned off of those people like that is really been really beneficial. So
Yeah, heck, the property you killed your gobbler off of,
yeah,
that's where my buddy killed his first turkey.
nice.
I took him in there and we called this gobbler in. I think we were like 13
Wow.
and got a gobbler for him, and he
Nice.
was tickled pink.
Yeah, that's a really nice bottom down in there.
Yep. And it's just been a blessing to me. And every time I see it, it's like, man, I helped that kid, and now he's got the drive and the passion to go do it on his own. and
Exactly.
he just wants to.
Yeah.
I've helped a lot of good friends just go get their first antelope, the first deer. Me and my buddy, we went and killed a buck out in the Red Desert for his first deer.
Wow.
And while I was chasing this goat right here.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
It was just, I've had a lot of good experiences, and it's a blessing, and I don't have to be the one pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, this is awesome. I get just that buck fever.
Oh, yeah.
I get it as a guy just watching guys. I'm like
Nice.
thrilled that when it comes together,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
it's just like, wow.
When it hits hard.
Yeah, just like when you said, man, that was quick, and it was like, it was quick, but it came together one way or another.
Yep.
So
yeah, when it happens, it happens.
Yep, when it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
That is 100% true.
Yeah, when a plan comes together, it definitely is going to roll.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's really where it all started.
Wow.
So,
that's really cool. I mean, that's a really cool story to be able to have that memory. And like I always tell a lot of people, and a lot of people complains about like the price and how much things cost for a hunt and things like that. And it's like, yeah, but memories last a lot longer than money. And it's like to be able to be in that moment, to be able to experience that, have that adventure, have that memory, and experience everything about it, and being in nature. And I mean, there's just so much to take in, and it's just all worth it.
oh yeah, no, there's a lot to take in, like you said.
Yeah.
I can't count the number of stories I just got running through my head right now as we're talking.
Yeah.
Of things that I have been a part of, and it's just a true blessing.
Yeah.
As a guide. And I know there's a lot of guys out there that just couldn't do it because they don't see that goal of somebody else's. Like,
Yeah.
man, this was a once in a lifetime thing for them, and it's like it's a once in a lifetime thing every day for me, and I get to relive it.
Yep.
And it's just a great blessing
Exactly.
to help somebody else.
Nice.
So,
And you even take a really big enjoyment of seeing your clients being successful in their hunt. And I mean, just like when I shot my turkey, it's like almost like you shot the turkey and I did,
Right, yeah.
Because you got just as excited as I did, and that shows a lot because you really take that enjoyment of seeing your clients take that excitement and taking that memory and things like that. So you just feed off of that, and that's really cool. That's a really cool story.
yeah, it's definitely just being surrounded by it. Obviously, it formed me into that person, but just understanding and being a little bit religious, but it's a great feeling to have when I watch somebody else have a success of a hunt and something that they could fulfill in their bucket list or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Something that they just couldn't go do on their own or whatever it might be.
Yep.
So it's just awesome.
Yeah, and it's really cool too because not only that you get to help clients be successful and things like that, and get the enjoyment of watching your clients be successful, but yet all of those memories you have of witnessing all your clients of their success and things like that. So having all those memories of your clients is really cool to be able to look back on that, of those great stories. And talking about a great story of this really big buck up here, this thing is just a massive, this is just a huge stud, and just the storyline of that buck alone is just really cool. So I mean, you got that with your grandpa.
Yeah, so that story, it's probably one of my favorites, and I can't deny that. It's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It was the last thing that he got to go hunt before he passed. So me and him had gone out, and me and the rancher kind of knew that there was a big deer around, and the rancher had actually seen him the week before, and he said he was big. And I was like, okay, well, what's big really mean?
Yeah.
And I saw him, and when I saw him, I started shaking so bad. I was
started kicking.
I was just sitting in the truck.
Nice.
And I actually sat back and I said, this deer's big. And Grandpa looked at me and he's like, how big do you think big is? And I'm like, it's big.
There's an elk walk around.
There's no, I can't just score him at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I just never seen anything like him. And I was like, I can't compare him to anything.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, we can't let this buck get away.
Yeah.
So I got Grandpa down there and into there, and the hole he was in, it was starting to get dark, and light was fading. He couldn't see into the trees where he was at. And I said, well, if he blows out of here, how do you feel about hitting him on the run, and he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna let you do that." And I said, "All right." And that buck came running out of there. I mean, full
Dang.
sprint, and I led him by 3 foot, and I still clipped him in the lungs. And when he finally stopped, I never ranged it, didn't think twice about it. I had 2 more shells. I had already racked another one. He stopped perfectly broadside between 2 trees.
Nice.
I did the math later, and it turned out he was probably right at 525 yards
Wow.
with a 280.
That's a long shot.
I offhanded the shot, and I shot, and I watched the bullet go right in front of his chest. I lined it up over his legs the second time, over his shoulder, and I went a little bit higher. I ended up cutting his brisket open and breaking both front legs.
Wow.
And when we got down there, I said, "Grandpa, you're going to have to finish him off. I'm out of bullets in my clip."
Yeah.
So I let Grandpa finish him off, and that was the greatest decision that I'd ever made in my life.
Yep.
Because it turned out to be the last buck he ever got to kill.
Dang.
And that was the one memory he held all the way through till the end. And it's just a true blessing to I look back on it and I just go, man, that was a great decision on my part. Like, I don't regret the decision of letting him put his tag on that deer and finish the deer off.
Yep.
I was like, I don't know how else to explain that. It's a story that I get emotional about just thinking about sometimes.
Yep.
And it just, I don't know how to put it into words.
Yeah,
There is no words for a hunt like that. And all I remember is him plunking him, and he was out trying to get into some water.
Yeah.
I ran out, I had a hold of the deer by the horns, and I was like, holy cow, and I just barely could get my hand around his horn. And I was waist deep in mud and water, and Grandpa was pulling me out. And we were pulling out this giant deer, and we got him out of the water, and me and him both sat down and went, holy cow.
Yeah.
We really just pulled this off, and it was just it was a great story.
Yeah,
I don't know how else
best
to put it,
memories ever.
I just replay that whole thing through my head like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
It's just one of those stories I'll never forget.
Yeah.
And he ended up going into the CSI book at 180.
Wow.
And some chains. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an absolutely stud. And when you think of Wyoming, you don't think of whitetail. And to be able to see a whitetail buck of this caliber in Wyoming is just crazy. And to be able to experience that of such a young age and with your grandpa, and having your grandpa there with you the whole time, and be able to take a buck like that. I mean, money can't buy something like that.
You can't buy that one, and I'll never trade it for nothing.
Exactly, and that's why I always tell people, memories last longer than money, and it's like, don't sweat it, don't ask questions, just go ahead and do it.
Yep.
Because the memories is what makes everything just that much better. And creating the best memories, and just being there and experiencing that and being in that moment, and now you just got something you can look back on all the time.
Oh yeah, no, that is one of my favorite stories to tell. And when people ask me what's my favorite story, I'm like, I'm sorry to all the clients, but it's got that, hands down, it's got to be this deer.
Yep. And
this
everybody
deer in this memory, I won't ever forget it.
Yep. Yeah, awesome story. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, just what an absolute stud.
He's just giant.
Yeah, and it's really cool. I mean, you got this plaque hanging here with a picture of your grandpa and you with a buck, and I mean, that's really cool. He grows 180 and 3/8. I mean, that's a big stud, especially for Wyoming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just there's nothing like him. Yeah. I don't know how to put it otherwise.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna top that again.
Yep. Putting the story in my own, trying to explain the story, I can't fathom enough how attached to that hunt I am.
Yeah.
I will just never forget it.
Yeah, just a hunt that you'll never forget and just keep looking back on. What was the greatest time that you had buck fever, or the first time you actually experienced buck fever?
First time was when I was 6, when I shot that little button buck. That's where I first experienced it. I've really gotten a good handle on my buck fever, except for when it comes to coyotes. Yeah. I don't know what it is about coyotes. I get so excited about trying to kill one that I forget about killing part.
Oh, yeah.
So I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn when it comes to the coyote. Man, I think I've killed one in the last year out of, I've probably shot at 100 of them.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand it, and I don't know why. And that's something I've been working on, is trying to control that buck fever.
Yeah.
That is something I still get it, and I get it with clients. It's probably not a good thing that I get excited about things before they pull the trigger. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day,
It's something you can't control, really.
It's something that you just gotta. It takes a lot of time to control.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Yeah, buck fever, when it hits hard, and it's 100% when it hits.
Yep. You get your knees lock in and you start shaking real bad, and you act like you're real cold, like sitting in the bed in a cold morning. Oh,
yeah.
That's what it feels like every time.
Yeah,
So.
and like even, man, I was even getting buck fever when watching that Tom strutting in there and stuff, and when we shot him, and it's like, oh man, it's like I'm getting buck fever, and it's a turkey, like,
right? Yeah.
But it's just that excitement, like
it's the excitement, the adrenaline, the
yeah.
atmosphere that you're in, and
being in that moment.
yeah, the gobblers, they're excited, so it kind of makes you a little excited. And you're like, holy cow, this is gonna really happen.
Yeah, it's a great feeling.
Oh
I
yeah.
love it.
Yep.
Yeah, buck fever is definitely addicting, and it's a great feeling. I love it.
Oh,
when it hits hard.
It hits hard, that is for sure. I try and keep it till after it's killed, but
yeah. Yo, and then like also too, like what was probably one of the coolest trips that you experienced with your dad?
That's a good question. I've been to South Africa with him, and I've been to Alaska with him. The Alaska hunt was pretty emotional for both of us. We got up there. People just don't understand what it's like to be out in the bush. You don't have any. You're living off of what you had in your pack. You got 50 pounds that you're flying in with your gun and your ammo, and
that's a long ways out there.
You're in the middle of nowhere. To get back to any civilization, it would take you a long time. So it really messes with your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing that guys just aren't aware of when they go on a trip like that. They don't understand how mentally demanding a hunt like that is.
Exactly.
Because you are out in the middle of nowhere. You got
nobody around, cars.
Nobody around, no way to get out except for if the bush plane comes back and if he can land. That's another thing. If the wind's not right and they can't land where they put you down the first day. We sat for 5 days after we killed our caribou waiting for the plane to be able to land.
Wow.
He came every day and he just could not land that plane.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a different. Yeah, it's a different feeling, and to have wilderness be around you, and you are no longer the number one predator out there. We had a grizzly bear come into 200 yards of the camp, and
oh man,
we got to watch and witness that. We had Wolverine there one night, and man, it was just kind of cool to be in that moment. Like you can't touch the rest of the world. Yeah. And it's just, I don't know how to explain it. And then the physical part of it, you better be in shape. It's like walking on a sponge up there. I don't care if you're on a mountain or where. It's like walking on a sponge.
Yeah, they get a lot of rain up there.
Oh yeah, and it's different. It's just a different type of hunt. Yeah. All around. So that, in a sense, is probably one of the most emotional ones that I've had with my dad. Okay. Is going up there and killing caribou with him. Nice. He ended up killing his biggest bull caribou with
that was a really big caribou.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's really cool, and he was just shedding his velvet, and he had that red all over him, all the blood from the velvet. Yup. And he just had velvet hanging off of his horns. It was cool.
Yeah, yeah. When your dad showed me the picture of your caribou and then his caribou, and it's like, oh my gosh, that thing's a stud. Yep. Just huge.
Yep. So that was just an experience that I enjoyed. I really enjoyed that one. I don't know how else to explain it. And then going to South Africa, that's a different world. Yeah. It's a different experience.
It's a whole different world.
Yeah. And you really got to go with people that you know and you can trust. Yeah. On a hunt like that. Going with somebody that's already been, that's a good way to start out if you go. And I promise you, if you go once, you're going to want to go again and again and again. I'm already trying to figure out when I'm going to go again. Yeah. Went over there and I shot 5 animals, and nice. Man, I just can't wait for the day I get back. It is a cool experience.
That's awesome.
And to understand how another country sees America.
Yeah. And learn their culture too, how they do things.
Yep, and it's just cool. It's an experience that I believe everybody should have. I wish a lot of people could have, anyways.
Yeah.
Just because they could see the outside world.
True.
America is so America.
Yeah.
But the rest of the world is also America.
Yeah.
In a sense, they see America and they're like, man, they are the true. Like we influence so many countries.
Exactly.
And they try and they live on us, really.
Yeah.
Like their life depends on us.
Yeah.
And it like you can't explain that to people. Like you have to go see it yourself.
Exactly.
Like it is our currency, they really rely on it.
Yeah.
A lot more than people understand. And it's neat to have a conversation with somebody that lives there, and they're like, when you guys are bad or doing okay, we're in tough shape.
Yeah.
Like it's like, holy cow, the experience that you get and the way people treat us is totally different.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow.
Just the environment of people and how they interact with each other and stuff. And it's really cool too, because like being in another country like that and learning how they hunt, and then you can bring that back here, a little bit of that, and it's like, oh my gosh, that really actually helps. Like
and you wouldn't realize it, how the hunting and different animals, you can relate them to like hunting whitetail or hunting antelope or elk, or like you can just tie it into so many different things. And it's like, wow, it's different, but it's not a whole lot different in a sense. It's just, it's a different way of hunting.
Yeah.
That is for sure. I can't agree with that. But the way animals act in Mother Nature, that kind of similar. You can tie it to something else. Yeah. And it's just cool and unique to watch.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, and it was really cool too about like going back to Alaska hunt, like your dad telling me about the stories with them up there in Alaska and camping on the side of the river, and they had, the river was just completely full of fish, and he said that when they was trying to sleep at night, they couldn't sleep because how many bears were in the river getting the fish, and how many bears were around their camp and stuff. And he said all you could hear was just bears just chomping on fish and like crunching bones, and they couldn't hardly sleep. And it's like, man, that would just be so eerie, trying to lay there in your tent trying to sleep and hearing bears just right outside your tent just crunching and breaking bones of the fish and splashing in the river. It's like, oh my gosh, that's just experiencing that would just be wild.
Yeah, that particular hunt that you're talking about, that he was explaining to you, there was one day they went down this channel and they spent 36 hours trying to get out of that channel.
Wow.
Just the terrain was that tough, and it was that demanding that they would get a break and then they would go right back into it.
Hey, Mother Nature was definitely kicking in.
Yep, and there was just no way out.
Yeah.
You had to get through it to get out.
Yep.
And it was, hearing that story, I can relate just because I've been up there, but they were rafting in to where they were hunting.
Yeah.
And man, that's even eerie in my head. I'm like,
oh yeah.
I already have a little perspective to what type of terrain they were in. And
and definitely playing your cards right on that.
Yeah, you definitely play your cards right. You might end up the fish that the bear wants.
Yeah. So when's going to be your next trip back to Alaska?
I'm hoping it'll be here soon.
Nice.
I'd really like to go back up there and do a bull moose.
Nice.
I'd really like to go with Dad.
Yeah.
He needs to kill a bull. He's had 11 tags in his pocket, and he's never pulled the trigger because he's always with clients or helping other guys out. And I feel like he needs to be put on that platform.
Nice.
You're the first one to pull the trigger now.
That's awesome.
So,
and, I mean, that shows, again, how good of an outfitter that y'all are, because he wants to have his clients be successful, and he wasn't worried about himself. So he wasn't worried about and wanting to pull the trigger, but he wanted his clients to be the first ones.
Yep. We always strive to see buddies and good friends and clients get their animals and be successful in that hunt and help them out and be a part of that dream and their goal.
Yep.
and we'll go take care of ours, but
Yeah.
we want everybody else to experience it and have a good outcome. We'll eat tag soup all day long. We don't care.
We've all ate tag soup.
Oh yeah. Yep, that is for sure. We liked the feeling you get as a guide. It's just it's unlike no other.
Yeah. And that's awesome to be able to hear that and plus like experience some of that too, like that emotions and things like that. But yeah, that'd be really cool to be able to take another trip up there with your dad and both of y'all get a moose at the same time. That'd be really cool.
That would be cool. More than likely, he'll just end up with the moose. But we'll start there. We'll just start with going up there.
Nice. Yeah,
So,
that'd be really awesome. Great memory that would be.
oh yeah,
To
that
experience
one would be.
that.
That one would. I imagine that one would be just as emotional as just going up and doing the caribou hunt.
Yeah.
But that I dream of the day being able to go up there with him and do that hunt one more time.
Yeah, and not only that, but also taking, kind of like just being you and your dad doing that and not having to worry about like clients and stuff, and having you and your dad just have that moment of just y'all two spending that time together and just being in that moment and creating memories together.
Yep.
I mean, that would just be really big.
Yep. Yeah. No, that would be awesome, and to make him the client too.
Yeah.
Make him the guy that you're shooting first, man.
Yeah.
You were the spotlight right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to have that.
Instead of him guiding you through why you've been growing up, now you can guide your dad.
Yep.
That'd be really cool.
Tag team it, really.
Yeah. Yep. And something really big that you have brought up to me, like at the expo, was pack-in hunts. And I thought that was just the coolest thing ever, because not a lot of people does pack-in hunts no more. And I think that's a really big and awesome adventure to be able to be a part of that and go on that adventure. And it's like, man, that would just be so cool to do a pack-in hunt with horses, set up camp, stay around the campfire and tell great stories and memories and share memories with each other and being able to go out and hunt. And oh man, what an awesome experience that would be.
Yeah, that one's gonna be really cool. I'm excited about it. We've got everybody, all the guides are excited about it. They're ready to rock and roll for the summer, getting ready and cutting trails and just getting after it, really. Even the girlfriend, she's all in on it.
Nice.
This is the first time I've seen Dad excited about going and doing something new as far as a pack-in hunt. He did it 15 years ago and he ended up quitting doing it, and I don't know what his reasoning was or anything like that, but he's excited about doing it again.
Nice.
He's wanting to go, and like I get on to do something at work or whatever, and he's got links pulled up with all kinds of pack information that we're trying to put together, and it's like he's excited.
Yeah, when you brought up the idea about bringing it back to me when we was at the expo, and it's like, man, Tim, like you're really onto something with this. Like you got to bring this back, because this is gonna, like, doing a pack-in hunt. That's something huge, and being at your age now and being able to do that and helping clients to be able to feel that dream that they had of doing a pack-in elk hunt or a pack-in bear hunt or a pack-in deer hunt, and that's a really cool experience.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be. We're obviously Dad did it about 15 years ago, and he knows kind of the gist to everything, and but we're gonna go into a totally new area to us. We've been in there during cat season when the snow's on the ground.
Nice.
And we've seen a lot of really good deer in there.
Nice.
There's been some good healthy elk herds in there. Actually, the ranch that we have leased is probably about 15 miles as a crow flies from this place that we're gonna pack into. So
nice.
We're really excited about it. And
that's awesome.
It's gonna be, like you said, it's gonna be really exciting.
Yeah, and then
it's gonna be that hunt that everybody dreams about doing,
man. Yeah,
it's just the thing that everybody wants to go do. Everybody dreams of it as a little kid.
Exactly.
In the hunting world.
Yeah, so. And like I worked on a ranch for 5.5 years, and I've been around horses a lot, and I've always thought of in my head, it's like, man, you know how cool it would be to go up in the mountains on a horse and just pitch a tent and just hunt and then just pack it out. Like every time I got on my horse, I always thought of that and just carrying my bow up a mountain on a horseback and experiencing that and just having that memory, it's just something really big. And it's like, man, it's like y'all got to go with this. And I'm really looking forward to when y'all start doing these pack-in hunts, and it's like, all right, I'm ready, let's go.
Yep. Nope. We are all excited about it. That is for sure. We're gonna do a pack-in elk hunt, and we can do archery or rifle.
Nice.
And then we can also do the deer side of things too, and that's a trophy deer unit, classified by the state of Wyoming.
Nice.
Game and Fish. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
And it's gonna be a very demanding hunt for a lot of guys that are not sure of that.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the high altitude. We're going to be between 8,000 to 9,000 feet in elevation. So it's going to be a very demanding hunt as is.
What even makes it even better, because then it's more of a challenge and that even more of a tense of an adventure. And it's like, oh, you just want to just thrive on that. And it just makes that much even better and so much awesome. But yeah, that's going to be really good. And y'all already got the horses and for it, and y'all just getting really excited about it.
Yep, we're getting excited about it, waiting on the snow melt right now. And we're going to get cranking here pretty quick. Like we're going to be getting into the mountains here
real
shortly.
Soon. Yeah, and then also your girlfriend's going to be doing the cook and stuff around camp, and that's going to be really cool. So, I mean,
like I said, she's a big help and a big support. And she's done packing horse trips. Well, she worked for a dude ranch, so she kind of has a gist of it. And now she's going to get to learn how to cook in the high elevation.
Yeah, she was basically kind of born into it too.
Yeah, campfire cook. So.
And that's going to be great too. I mean, you're going to be out hunting, and then you're going to have a really nice, awesome, delicious meal waiting for you when you get back to camp.
Yeah, campfire food.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with that. That's some of the best food.
Yeah, you're talking about something that is rare and you just don't hear a whole lot of.
Yeah.
And that I'm just excited about campfire food, man.
And being around the campfire with you and your dad and being able to share stories, and I mean, it's just going to be an awesome time. And there's going to be a lot of people that be really looking forward to that. I mean, I know I'm looking forward to it because I'm really excited about it. To be able to do a deer hunt and pack in with my bow and do that, and it's like, let's go right now.
I'm thinking about it too.
No,
so that's one of the hunts that we do offer. We've got a couple other hunts right there close that we offer. As far as the ranch, there is an elk and antelope place.
Nice.
We killed this goat off of there, and we killed pretty good general area, south region general area bulls. I mean,
nice.
You're not shooting for giants, but you're shooting good elk. You're shooting respected bulls. And
nice.
You'll
good
see that.
Bulls.
You saw that at our show there in Lincoln.
Oh yeah.
The bulls that we had there, those are very respected bulls. Those are bulls that we've killed off the place. So we're excited about continuing that.
Nice.
And Herschel and Greg came out and killed 2 nice bulls with us last year off that place. We had 3 antelope that all did really good. I mean, the one ended up like 83 and change.
Oh, man.
As far as a score.
Dang.
Like, he was big.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big goat. And then just doing that deer hunt up there in the high country, that is, like I said, the high class mule deer hunt. I actually took the rancher's son out on the ranch.
Yeah.
And we killed a really unique buck.
Nice.
He was a club on one side and a giant 5 on the other.
Oh, wow.
And if he would have been the same 5x5 frame on both sides, he would have scored about 170. So
dang.
That's crazy. Was cool. You couldn't wrap your hand around his base on his other side.
Oh my gosh.
Just because of that club. You couldn't get your hand around it.
Wow, what a unique buck.
Oh yeah. He was cool. He shot we got him killed at 42 yards with a bow.
Nice.
And then the next day, we were actually, what really pushed for this backcountry hunt is, he was like, you want to just run up into the national forest? I got an elk tag. And I was like, why not?
Yeah.
Middle of the rut in September.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Man, that is
prime
a great
time.
Oh yeah. Next morning, he killed his deer. I think I had it on time. We took the first picture of the buck at 7:42. It was still light out.
Nice.
Next day, we had a bull on the ground at 8:20.
Wow.
I mean, that kid
happens fast.
Oh yeah, that kid had an awesome 24 hours right there.
Dang.
Yeah.
What a memory.
Oh yeah, he killed that bull at 20 yards.
Wow, what an experience that would be.
So that's what really started this twist into, well, let's do this backcountry hunt. I'm kind of liking this. This is kind of awesome. And I mentioned it to Dad, and man, he just lit up.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that.
That's awesome.
We got a new ranch that we just leased up, and it's 25,000 acres.
Nice.
All together between all the BLM landlocks that we have, and it's got really good goats on it. The deer are starting to come back on that place, and we're excited about it. We took 2 really nice bucks off that place last year, and I'll send you those pictures so that you can show
that's gonna be
share
awesome.
with everybody else. So that's going to turn into a unique place.
Nice.
And turkey hunts, obviously, we're right here at the main lodge. We hunt right here from here, and we chase birds.
Yeah,
That's
we didn't
what
even
do.
go that far to go hunt birds from here.
No, we did not.
And then you already got clients already calling you and talking to you about pack-in hunts already.
Yeah, we've got 2 guys coming in. They're going to bring their wives in, and we're going to do the pack-in elk archery season for them. So they're excited about that. And then I think we got 2 rifle hunters for elk coming in.
Nice.
As far as the pack-in hunt, and we're working on that deer. We're working on our deer right now.
Nice.
Trying to get guys to come in on that deer hunt. We've got 1 guy he put in, but not too sure if he's going to draw this year.
Yeah.
So we'll just see.
Yeah, and that other guy is me.
Yep.
Talking about a pack-in deer hunt.
Yep. So we're excited. We're very excited about this, and it's
huge.
Something
huge.
Yep. We've also got heck, we could have, if we had the pheasants here, we could have gone and shot pheasants.
Yeah.
We're building a flight pen right now.
Nice.
So we're gonna have the pheasants here, and we got the state bird farm 2 miles to the north of us, so we got pheasants year round.
That's
that
awesome.
are wild, and we're just trying to help plenish and grow,
repopulate the area.
Grow that flock.
Yeah.
So
That's huge. Yeah.
We're excited about it, and we're doing pheasants and chuckers on that. And then we got waterfowl.
Nice.
Our waterfowl hunts are awesome. I mean, hunting over those in those pits that are heated, and I mean, it's just awesome.
Yeah. And what do you offer for like your deer package for like how many days and your meal, your lodging and things like that?
Yeah, so we do a 5-day hunt. That is hunting time. That is not packing in. That's not your travel time, things like that. It is 5 days. So night you show up into camp, starts the next morning.
Nice.
You got 5 days. 5 mornings, 5 evenings.
Nice.
And then our elk hunt is also 5-day.
Okay.
So they are both 5-day hunts. And meals, lodging, guide, transportation on the hunt. So once you get to the camp, we take care of transportation from there.
Nice.
And then you have, like I said, the meals, which are awesome.
Yeah.
You have said. The guide, and we do the cleaning, the bird cleaning. We do the pack out. We get you to a processor at a local processor, or we get you broke down so that you can haul the meat to wherever you want to take it for your own processor.
Nice.
We also have a taxidermist that we can take the heads to, the capes to, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
But a lot of guys prefer their own taxidermist, so we get everything broke down to where a taxidermist would like it.
Okay.
We've gotten really good at splitting hides and getting it, giving them enough material that they can use, like on a shoulder mount for a guy.
Nice.
So we
that helps out a lot.
Yep, that helps out a lot, because even those taxidermists, I've heard horror stories with taxidermists that they bring in this cape and it's just not in good condition or cut wrong, and taxidermists are like, well, we got to go buy another hide and try and redo this. So
always help them out.
Yep, I always try and help them out, and like, well, I'm gonna give you an extra 6 inches on the back.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, and plus too, like with y'all's hunt, do you always offer 5 days and 5 nights with antelope, deer, and elk?
So our deer, elk are 5 days. Our antelope are 3 days.
Okay.
And then our waterfowl, that is depending on your time frame, how much time you got. Our turkeys are a 3-day hunt. And then we also do prairie dogs.
Nice. Yeah, we went and shot some prairie dogs today, and that's a big prairie dog town.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of prairie dog towns around that we always can get to. We got tables, and that's the same situation. It's a meals, lodging, transportation on the hunt. I mean, the only thing we don't provide is getting you here from wherever you're at. We just transport you once you get here.
Yeah.
And then your ammo and your guns, and we can help out with some of that stuff. We can have that stuff on hand, which we do have on hand if guys need it.
Yeah, so if you even want to just do a really quick getaway and want to just go shoot some dogs, some prairie dogs, and you don't have no gun or nothing like that, I mean, it's really cool that these guys already have something here waiting for you. So if you want to just plan a 2-day or 3-day hunt, just go shoot some prairie dogs. And
it's a good way to avoid that time in the summer where you're like, man, I just want to go. I want to go.
Yeah.
It's a good chance to get out and just burn some lead.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
and you're right. I mean, you're literally right in the middle of between deer and turkey season, and you're kind of like in that pause moment of there's nothing to hunt, but you want to go hunt something, and a good source for that is prairie dogs.
Oh yeah, yeah. We also do a cat hunt. We're working on our cat deals right now. I got a line of guys already, so
Nice.
we're working on our cat hunts. We do predators. We'd really like to see more guys come out and kill a lot of predators.
Yeah,
We
lots
really-
of coyotes out here.
Yeah, and I've heard that nationwide, really.
Yeah,
That predators have become a problem, and that's just because of the fur trading.
yeah,
Right now, the furs aren't worth anything, so
yep.
your trappers and your
Yeah.
dog runners, they're just not out
Yep.
putting in the work anymore.
Yeah,
so-
we're really thick in coyotes in Nebraska.
Yeah, and I've heard it in Indiana. I've heard the same story in Pennsylvania, Florida.
Yeah,
I mean, you just go nationwide with it.
yeah, it's
That's
really
just-
helping it's really putting a huge impact on our game that we want to go and hunt and feed our families with, because now we got too many dogs out there that's putting an impact on them.
Yep, too many predators killing eggs, hatchlings. I mean, we just got a lot of predators that we need to start thinning out pretty quick. So.
Yep. I mean, that's something really cool. I mean, you got so many options that everybody and anybody can come out and do. I mean, you're covering so many varieties of hunts and different shoots and things like that, from coyote hunting, prairie dogs, all the way up to elk. And I mean, it's a really cool thing that y'all have going on here.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've got a variety of things that we can go do, and just like with you on your turkey hunt, you're like, what are we gonna go do now?
Yeah.
Well, we got a pile of stuff we can go do.
Right.
So,
Yeah, we went out and shot some dogs and went and looked for some raccoons, and yeah, we pretty much did a little bit of everything this weekend.
Yeah. No, we just filled the time.
Yeah.
We got a lot of stuff that we can go do,
Yep.
and we're really close to the Oregon Trail. Is actually right there through Torrington. So
Nice.
I mean, there's places, historical sites right here close that you can go see. We got CFD right there in Cheyenne,
Awesome.
which is Cheyenne Frontier Days. A lot of people don't
Yup.
understand that, but Cheyenne Frontier Days is right there, and just little historical sites that people can go see.
Nice.
Mount Rushmore is 2.5 hours, 3 hours from here. So
Yeah, if you, like me, and get your animal on the first day, you can go out and go sightseeing and come back and still have somewhere to stay for the rest of the weekend. So,
yep. We've got like Laramie Peak. I mean,
oh yeah.
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Kind of across the state, but some people just like to take a little road trip.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's always plenty of great, beautiful scenery out here.
Oh yeah, the sky. There's nothing like the skies in Wyoming.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I don't know how many songs there are out there about it. So
Yeah, exactly. People can bring their wives and kids out here too. I mean, y'all got an awesome room and board for everybody, and really awesome hunting lodge that y'all have. I mean, it's super beautiful on the inside. Y'all put a lot of hard work into it, and I mean, y'all got tons of beds, and y'all got spots up there too for couples, so that they want to be separate from all the other hunters or whoever is in camp. So that's really big. So I really like that.
oh yeah, no, it's. I think we've got it pretty well set for about any occasion or whatever we're working with. So
Yep. And you got I think you said you had like almost, how many beds do you have?
we got 11 beds in that house.
Nice. So yeah, definitely can sleep quite a few people in there.
Yep.
But I mean, it's super cozy hunting lodge, and just, I mean, you just feel right at home. It's so nice, cozy. It stays warm. Just great hospitality and things like that. I mean, so yeah, I mean, if you want to go do a hunt and do a vacation too with your wife or with your kid, and that's something really cool to be able to come out and experience that and not have to worry about where you're going to stay at, and you can stay right here at the lodge and be completely satisfied.
Yep, nope. And you guys can check us out at Milliron TJ Outfitting. We're on the web, also on Facebook. You can also get a hold of us. Our email should be on the web.
Nice.
Should also be on Facebook.
Yep.
I'll have to go double check that, but should be there.
Yeah.
And reach out to us if you guys want to ask more questions and learn a little bit more about us.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, and don't hesitate to get a hold of these guys and get a hold of Tim, and he definitely takes the time out of his time to answer all your questions and things like that, and he definitely answers the phone right away, so don't worry about that. So that's really nice. And just hit these guys up, hit Tim up, and plan this next hunt for your next awesome adventure and get that planned up. And then also you do quite a few expos too.
Yep. So we were at Lincoln last year. We'll be there again this year. Cheyenne is starting up their own hunting and fishing expo, also right here in Wyoming.
Nice.
We're working on trying to build some of their inventory and getting more clients and more people and trying to draw more attention to Cheyenne area right now. Denver hunting and fishing expo down there, the Mile High.
Awesome.
We're going to try and get into a couple other different expos this year, but
nice.
Just come check us out if you're at either one of those three for sure.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's where I met you, was at the Lincoln expo there at the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo.
This last year?
Yeah,
last January.
Year. Yeah.
So.
And definitely going to be back there again this year.
Oh, yeah. We'll be back there, and we'll have a whole booth that I actually just finished, built it all myself. And
nice.
Man, it's a wonderful backdrop and bar stool table. And
oh, yeah.
We got it set up so I can hang birds and elk and deer and whatever I need off of it. So.
And it's really great, too, with like expos like that, because you get that face-to-face interaction with other people, and you get to hang out, talk to people, tell stories and things like that. And then they can also meet you face-to-face instead of over the phone. Yep. So if you're close by to an expo, definitely stop in and talk to Tim and his girlfriend and his dad and just get that interaction with them. And it's really cool. It's really fun to hang out with these guys.
Oh, yeah. Definitely come check this guy out at Lincoln. I know he's going to be
there
next
year. Yeah, I'll definitely be there.
Yeah, he's got some cool new ideas.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yep, working on it. Well, once again, congrats on the bird this week.
Yeah, thank you.
Hopefully you enjoyed the trip, man.
Yeah, it was a blast, and I've had a great time. Thanks for inviting me out to this, and definitely cannot wait to come back out next year.
Well, heck yeah, we'll have you anytime.
Yeah, and congrats on your bird, too.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it was a great weekend and lots of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, lots of fun. But yeah, if you're looking for an awesome adventure hunt, any type of hunt in Wyoming, definitely check out Milliron TJ Outfitting and get a hold of Tim, and he'll definitely take care of you. But yeah, if you're looking for that awesome adventure, and if you're looking for that pack-in hunt on a horseback up a beautiful mountain of a
once-in-a-lifetime hunt, man.
Just an awesome experience right there alone. That's just going to be something really awesome and an awesome experience. So if you're looking into doing a horseback pack-in and hunt, definitely get a hold of Tim, and he's definitely going to take care of you. But yeah, like always, hit that follow button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. Tell us what you think and ask some questions, and we'll get back to you about answering your questions. And thank you for watching. This was great. Had a lot of fun.
Yep.
Can't wait to do it again.
Yes, sir.